Just came. Dad, did you know Vanessa already passed?
Yeah,
oh yeah, we have.
Maldonado and Araceli Mejia.
Good evening and welcome to the graduation ceremonies of 1994. This is a very special evening for all of us, and on behalf of my classmates tonight, we would like to thank the Mendota Unified School District and our parents for making it possible.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a la ceremonia de graduación de 1994. Esta ocasión es una
ocasión muy especial para todos nosotros y de parte de todos mis compañeros quisiera agradecer a la Escuela Unificada de Mendota y a nuestros padres por ayudar en hacer todo esto posible. Gracias.
Now please stand and join us with the flag salute.
Y participación durante el año escolar. This time I'd like to thank all the parents for all their efforts, participation, and support during this 1994 school year. Quisiera presentar los miembros de la facultad de la Escuela McCabe Junior High. I would like to introduce the staff members of McCabe Junior High. When I call your names, please stand to be recognized. Please hold your applause until all members have been recognized. Mr. Arturo Salas, Ms. Jacqueline Smith, Mr. Chris Kirkland, Mr. Jeff Hodges, Mr. Scott Miller, Mr. Sohan Sufi, Mr. Thomas Selleck, Mr. James Foster, Mrs. Cindy McDaniel, Mrs. Diane Franson, Mr. Dave Strackerson, Mrs. Mary Garner, Mrs. Laura Martinez, Mrs. Michelle Jones, Miss Joan Dallin, Mr. Daniel Knoll, Mr. Michael Mueller, Mr. Manuel Escandon, and our secretary, Mrs. Helen Lozano, Community Aid Engineer Hernandez, and Miss Anna Apodaca. Would you please join me in giving them a hand, please? Ahora quiero presentar el gabinete del superintendente. I'd like to present the superintendent's cabinet at this time. Jose Alcaide, business manager. Dick Winiger, director of projects. Glenn Wall, continuation in adult school. Fred Mendoza, consultant to the superintendent. Peggy Green, assistant superintendent. Would you please join me? I'd also like to recognize the other principals of the Mendota Unified School District. Would you please stand? Mr. Aurelio Quilos, Mrs. Barbara Ward, and Miss Yvonne Healy. Same thing, would you please join me? I appreciate their effort. Ahora quiero presentar los miembros de la mesa directiva. I'd like to present to you board members of the Mendota Unified School District. Would you please stand? Board member Joseph Amador. Board member Ramona Lozano. Board member Francis Vallejo. Board member David Daniel. Board clerk Alex Ramos. Board vice president.
Duro para este momento especial y merecen ustedes atención por los siguientes 45 minutos durante el ceremonio. Demuéstrenles a ellos el respeto que merecen como sus hijos y hijas. It's a privilege, Mr. Rossetti and McCabe Junior High School staff, to congratulate the students of McCabe Junior High School graduating 8th grade class. And I thank you for your attention. There are many friends and family, about 1,200 here this afternoon, 157 graduates. They've worked hard for this special moment and they deserve very much of your attention for the next 45 minutes in this ceremony. Show them that the respect that they have as your sons and daughters. I have two messages, one for the graduates and the other for the parents and loved ones here today. First for the graduates. Tengo dos mensajes, uno para los graduados y el otro para los padres y seres queridos que están aquí hoy. Primero para los graduados. Graduation Day is an occasion to enjoy the thrill of the accomplishment of 9 years you've persevered for this day. You've known your target and you've aimed high. You've known your way. Your continued success in school and life will require setting many targets and knowing which way you plan to achieve them. There's a great lesson to be learned in the exchange between Alice and the cat in the book Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. It goes like this. Would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here? Alice asked the cat. Well, that depends a good deal on where you want to get to. He or she can earn and much more than a non-high school graduate. The more important part is it opens the doors to college and the universities. And we want you, after graduation from a university or college, to return to our community as doctors, lawyers, teachers, school board members, city council, and yes, school superintendent. In closing for now, let's thank the people that have made this possible, your teachers. And I'm going to ask the graduating class, if they're listening, to please stand and know where your teachers are at. I want you to stand up, please. And I'd like to have you say on 3, when I count to 3, thank the teachers for what they've done. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. All right, that's not bad. You also have in front of you your parents, your loved ones that have been here this evening. You know where they're seated. I want you also to say thank you to them. 1, 2, 3, let's hear it. Thank you. All right, thank you. Why don't you sit down? That's not bad. That was good. They didn't rehearse that. Now, graduates, let's take a pledge as I close to meet again in 1998 as we all, 157 of us, walk across the graduation stage together at Mendota High School. And you share with the Board of Education, who is handing you your diplomas, and me, which college or university you will be attending that September. Look to your right and look to your left and say to that person, we will be together at Mendota High School's graduating class of 1998, and shake their hand. If you can, try to remember the cat's advice to Alice and fix your target. Let me just share a short story with you. Back in the days that gunslingers roamed Fresno County, it was reported that one particular ruthless outlaw came to town to observe crudely drawn targets on several of the old buildings, and each has a hole precisely centered in the bullseye. The gunslinger's attention was drawn to these targets with special fascination, believing that he might soon be meeting his match, someone who could shoot as well as him. Approaching the town's mayor, he asked, "Who is this sharpshooter that shoots nothing but bullseyes?" and was told that it had been the town's school board president. The gunslinger was stunned and promptly sought Selleck.
Les voy a pedir que por favor contener sus aplausos hasta la presentación de todas las diplomas. I'm going to ask for your cooperation. Parents, we're all very proud of them, but please hold your applause until the end of the presentation of all the diplomas. Jose Armando Garcia. Oscar Sanchez. Fred Calderon Jr. Ellen Montgomery. She's not here. Ricky Lujan Lozano. David Ramirez. Armando Garcia. Aaron Montgomery. José Ángel Flores. Marcos Sosa. Marcos Ochoa. Joshua Moises Escalera. Guadalupe Huerta. Moises Castellanos. Efraín Jiménez. Tizoc López. Israel Josué Rosales. Hoover Vera. Guadalupe Sandoval Hinojosa Jr. George Valdez. Jesus Gomez Jr. Ignacio Gutierrez Jr. Mario Rodríguez. Jesús Navarro Jr. Javier Ochoa Jr. José Luis Mejía. Adrian Daniel Medina. Legion B. Escobar. Miguel A. Jimenez. Anthony Garcia. Jesús González Rivera. Robert Vasquez. Raymond Espinosa. Jesus Hernandez Jr. Diane Cardenas. Marianne Calderon. Ericeli Mejia. Leti Jimenez. Lorianne Castro. Ana Maria Gutierrez. Dulce Castro. Angie Ochoa. Jessica Cantu. Marta Leticia Barrera. Jessica Marie Criado. Mercy Rose Daniel. Angela Espinosa Lozano. Clara Gonzalez. Marianne Ballerino. Azucena Ordorica. Yvette Lua. Elma Delia Torres. Adriana Marie Quintanar. Karina Rivas Lopez. María Quiroz. Naomi Gonzalez. Adriana Michelle Escalante. Vanessa Marie Arredondo. Socorro Huizar. Sonia Marie Garcia. Rachel Ochoa. Teresa Munguia. Homer Anastasio Maldonado. William Oriano. Eric Luna Ramirez. Isaac Sanchez. Adam Lopez. Rafael Sandoval. Eden Martinez. Edward Calderon. Diego Gonzalez. Sammy Sanchez Jr. Ruben Becerra Jr. Simon Marquez Jr. Orlando Argueta. Arturo Martinez.
Oh my god, they're so small. Look at how small they are.
Fernando Valadez. Jose Gonzalez. Daniel Anthony Aguirre. Ellen Montgomery.
Oh my god.
David Solis.
Hey, David!
Darío Zavala. Sal Govea. Rico Gonzalez. Pedro Vasquez. Domingo Zapata. Joe Sanchez. Jorge Núñez. Pablo Viramontes Jr. Rafael Cervantes. Robert Miramontes.
Shut up.
Carlos Villalobos. Patty Borrego. Carla Roxana Garcia. Mercy Calderon. Reynalda B. Varela. Maritza Mejia. Beatriz Lisette Carrillo. Lupe Jimenez. Ana Lupita González. Marissa Nicole Hernandez. Angela Marie Sanchez. Elva Hernandez. Bernadette Navarrete. Lorena Herrera.
What? I don't know.
Vanessa Marie Oliva. Yesenia Pulido. Elsa J. Alcontar Sanchez. Cynthia Sierras. Lia Rosette Silva. Priscilla Villa Meza. Sylvia Reina Cedeño. Ariana Carrillo. Delia Villa Lozano. Mary Barajas. Rina Garcia. Patricia Ochoa. Erika Espinosa Aganza. Luz María Quijada. Giovanna Villegas. Gladys Figueroa Guerrero. María Ríos. Lorena Tovar. Merlin L. Núñez. Margarita Aguiniga. Sandeep Kaur. Olga Carranza. Lorena Núñez. Myrna Serrano. Jennifer Garcia. Val Hernandez. Michael Plasencia. Eulalio Martinez. Hector Lugo. Jesus Martinez. Rolando Pérez. Mario Valdez. Joe Eddie Salinas. Manuel Reese. Ricky Sullivan. Carlos Vasquez. Darío Orozco. Cervantes. Luis Amaya. Agustin Hernandez. Edgar Salazar. José Luis Castillo Medina. Thank you, board members, teachers.
In their academics this year, throughout the entire year, you might recognize some of these graduates by the gold ropes that they're wearing around their necks. These students have achieved a 3.2 grade point average or better throughout the entire year. I'd like to recognize those students right now. I'll call out their names and I'll have you stand. And remain standing until everyone has been called. Erica Aganza. Orlando Argueta. Marianne Calderon. Rafael Cervantes. Jessica Criado. Mercy Daniel. Ramon Espinoza Jr. Jose Gonzalez. Anna Gonzalez. Naomi Gonzalez. Ana M. Gutierrez. Marissa Hernandez. Miguel Jimenez. Sandeep Kau.
All right, Sandeep.
Angela Lozano. Delia Lozano. Homer Maldonado. Manuel Manjares. Simon Marquez. Araceli Mejia. Priscilla Meza.
Hard, very deep, and it's very sorrowful, and it hurts to see these students leave our campus when we've been affiliated and associated with them for 2 years. We have appreciated their stay here. They've made our lives very touching. They make our lives and our jobs very enjoyable. But before I release them and classify them as the graduates, I need to say one more thing. My staff, board members, but most of all, community members and parents, you make it happen. And on this campus, even though I am the leader, so-called leader, I could not have done it with without one individual. I want that individual to please come forward at this time. Mr. Manuel Escondón. Mr. Escondón is a counselor here on our campus. And these wonderful students go throughout their lives each and every day with some problems, some concerns. When they cannot reach out to you, the wonderful parents that you are, when they cannot reach out to the teachers, when they cannot reach out to me, they have reached out to this man here. And he is the one that makes the school go. He's the one that keeps it in a stable condition. And I want to thank him for it. Mr. Escondón, thank you. the graduating class of 1994.
Letty.